And ultimately, when we do that, when you do that as a parent, when these children learn how to do that, and college students, when we all learn how to do that, as a church, when we learn to focus in on these attributes, then and only then will we experience the true peace of God in our hearts and our minds. If we spell out everything in our lives because we thought on these attributes, because God is that worthy, Jesus is that glorious, when we focus in on that, our lives are changed forever. And so are the lives of those who we touch. And I want to point out in Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. This is a verse that is oftentimes misquoted. It says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Now, this does not mean that you can walk underneath First Baptist Church Cleveland and pick up this building because Christ strengthens you. It does not mean that you can go jump off a mountain and flap your arms and you'll fly. This is not what it's saying. This is not for the athletes. It is not, Christ is not going to strengthen you to win the football game. That's not what he's talking about here, not in this context. What Paul is talking about right here is God will give him strength. Christ will give him strength to be content in Jesus. Now, let me remind you, like I've said already, Paul is in prison. He's facing death, potentially, at this point in his life. And he says these words, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Where does he receive that contentment? Where does he receive that peace? In whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable. If there is any excellence, if there's anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Paul thought about these things often because he knew at the end of the day, this pain is temporary. This anxiety is temporary. This thorn in my side is temporary. The brokenness of this world is temporary. Jesus is eternal. And there will come a day where I'll be with him. Let's pray.